This one is for the Panthers fans who love a certain wide receiver named Amir Smith-Marsette. And if you happen to be that dude, hopefully you are ready because there's a little bit of a roast coming your way right here on Roll Coverage.
Hey, I thought it was all over.
Nope. They roll coverage.
Okay, so you're probably here wondering, what is about to happen? But I want to give you some context first. So this is the tweet that I happened to spark a little bit of interest in this conversation. It was by somebody who should definitely make sure you're following at Keep Purrin' Ben. He does great work over there. They put out, I believe it's a weekly podcast. They put clips up and everything like that as well. He does really great work. Just, different ideals at times, but that's okay. I still want you guys to go out there and support him. So again, make sure you go subscribe to him. But he was talking about the wide receiver room and how there's going to be a lot of competition, to which I agree. In fact, I agree with it so much. There's actually a completely separate person that was in a completely separate conversation that said something that I loved. And that was, when was the last time there wasn't competition in the wide receiver room? I want to step into a year where the room is set in ink. And he said, Keep Purrin' Ben, by the way, said these top five to me are set in ink, meaning that he believes that his top five are going to be the top or the first five wide receivers. Will probably carry 6 or 7. And the original one was from Cardiac Panther at cats_cardiac. Now his 5 then were Deontay Johnson, Adam Thielen, Jonathan Mingo, Amir Smith-Marsette. My pushback on this was he has Terrace Marshall Jr. below. The reason why I had pushback against that is, no offense, Mingo and TMJ have both proved more in the wide receiver category than ISM. That's actually why the title is the way it is. Panthers fans are enamored with mid because everybody in the franchise, because they get engaged with on Twitter, not saying that this is Ben or anything. I don't want any hate going towards any specific person. I'm not saying it's specifically an ISM only problem. That's why I didn't put him in the title. This whole situation comes about because we see flashes in training camp. We see stuff happening in blueprint episodes. We are being sold the propaganda of the organization. The owner, we know, that doesn't really respect the community. The owner that wants the community to foot a $680 million project that he's going to be the sole beneficiary of. I just can't. So I can't go on to that narrative. So I'm going to put something on screen, and it's going to be up with me for just a minute, okay? And that is the stats comparing those three, Amir Smith-Marsette to Terrace Marshall Jr. and Jonathan Mingo. Now, Terrace Marshall Jr. went through a lot of coaching changes and a lot of things. But even over the course of that time, he racked up 64 receptions for 767 yards. Okay, that's pretty solid, but he's really to the side. To be honest, it's a Mingo versus ISM debate because TMJ has proven that he can do it if given the opportunity. But a lot of people out there called Mingo trash, said he was not good, said that we should absolutely be looking at somebody else after the first season. Yet in his first season, he eclipsed Amir Smith-Marsette in everything outside of touchdowns, rushes, and special teams. And I understand that seems like a lot, but I should preface that I think that ISM shouldn't be listed as a wide receiver. He should be listed as a special teamer. But I understand that's not a thing in the NFL. It should become one. He is a special teams player that they're going to put in different slots and everything like that. He just gets the wide receiver tag because he can be a wide receiver at times. But he is a special teams player. He's a good special teams player. But if you're going to come out here and make the argument that he's made the roster over somebody like Terrace Marshall Jr., or I understand that Keep Purrin' Ben put Mingo in there as well. But if he puts ISM right there with Mingo, Mingo's proved more in 1 year than Amir has proved in 3. And not just that, are we going to ignore the fact that he spent an entire year with Patrick Mahomes? He didn't even see that he could use him. Patrick Mahomes didn't want him on the team. Obviously, he probably did want him on the team, but you understand how rosters work. There was already a lot of better receivers. So he's going to come to one of the worst teams at that time. He goes to Chicago for a little bit and then comes to the Carolina Panthers. Now people are talking, we need to sign him for multiple years and everything like that. But yet multiple people wanted to give up on Mingo after a few games, not even a full year. Yet he's proven considerably more.
Make it make sense.
Now, I'm going to take the stats down for a second, because we're going to start going over some other stuff, okay? First, I want to go over the conversation that Ben and I had back and forth, because I gave some pushback. I said, I'm sorry, but ISM needs to be down with TMJ. Since I did more research when I was just sitting getting ready for this video, I would put TMJ above ISM, and those would be the starting 5. If he puts ISM at the top of the other one, sure. But again, I don't even think he should be on the list. He's a special teamser. He is not a wide receiver that we go and look at every week and we're like, man, how is he going to fit into the scheme? No, he's a special teams guy, and he's going to be able to make moves on special teams. If you want to sign him longer and you want to sign him for a wide receiver thing, that's fine, but he's going to get paid pennies compared to the stuff that he's going to do on the special teams side. I'm just giving pushback that he's not a wide receiver. He's a special teamser, guys, and we need to get over this thing of that he looks great in training camp. That's great. He's been in the league 3 years and hasn't proven jack shit on the wide receiver side, so I'm not going to give in on that front. So after that, you can obviously see, I said, I personally don't think there's any way he doesn't make the roster. That's why I put him up there, but we'll see. Where I said he will make the roster as a special teamer first and backup wide receiver. That's why, to be honest, he shouldn't even be on the list. Because, again, he's not a wide receiver. He's a special teamer who just happens to be our, oh, crap, we need an extra guy out there, throw him. He's like, agree to disagree. He will definitely have a special teams role, but to see him getting significant snaps at wide receiver 2 this year, good thing is we have a lot of options to see who rises up in camp. If he gets significant snaps, it's certainly behind Mingo then. Mingo had more catches than ISM has had total targets over 3 seasons. Mingo is far and above him, and ISM, in fact, Mingo is far above him and ISM. In fact, TMJ has almost triple ISM's, and he's below him. ISM is a special teamer and a backup wide receiver. Okay? Again, if you're giving him his flowers, you're giving them too early. That's not what he earned. He didn't earn anything on the wide receiver front. Jonathan Mingo and Terrace Marshall, I thought it was Terrace Marshall Jr., but Terrace Marshall have proven considerably more. This was during and after the season. You're going to see a bunch of these tweets pop up, okay? From at I'm Stilo Green. Bingo, bro. No reason he ain't seen the field besides they want to be right about Mingo. That dude is trash. Move on. And that was from Lil Rocket and NASA. Again, I follow both of these guys. They're really interesting folk, but they are dead wrong on this. ISM confirming what I already thought. He probably hoops at practice 24/7 while Mingo F's up every game, and he still doesn't get reps, just like Blackshear. I know it's frustrating for them because as fans, it is as well not seeing the best players play. Again, when he was with Patrick Mahomes, he didn't prove it. When he was with whoever the hell was the quarterback in Chicago, nobody was able to prove it. And now with a full year where he was available at wide receiver, he still wasn't able to prove anything to get into the wide receiver rotation. So why do we think now that we brought in Deontay, XL, we still have Adam Thielen, and we still have Jonathan Mingo, do we want to all of a sudden bring in this guy that's already been in the league and hasn't been able to show anything on the wide receiver side? Again, I'm not taking away from his talent, nor am I saying that he couldn't succeed at the wide receiver position. He could. It's just not going to work here. He needs to go someplace else. He's a special teamser for the Carolina Panthers. If he gets, wide receiver 5 reps, great. Cool. He got 8 of those. He's got, 40 targets over his entire career or something like that at wide receiver? I'm not even going to... We're over here saying that the dude that clearly was head and shoulders above him somehow is... They're kind of neck and neck still. Come on. Look, at King Wavy 704, Mingo is trash. At Paul Tweets RIP, Frank Reich is a B? Screw it. Frank Reich is a bitch. Mingo is slow and trash. At AO Tea Time 9, bruh, Mingo is trash, man. Bryce literally placed the ball right between the numbers. No offense, Bryce Young underthrew a lot of balls last year, overthrew a lot of balls. So Mingo still had a pretty decent year given the 2 and something record. So just saying. Mingo is effing trash, and I'll never forget y'all for cheerleading for this dude all offseason. That is from at Panthers Foo. Cam Newton Truther at King Wavy 704. We saw him earlier. Miles Sanders, Hayden Hurst, Jonathan Mingo, Justin Houston, all trash. Illmatic at Jones Bradley 6. Mingo trash AF, bruh. Oh my god. Mingo is fucking trash. Canala season at Izyik is him. I think he spelled Idzik wrong, but maybe I'm wrong. At Shoe Hefner at Dez the Plug. Mingo trash as fuck. He said 43 catches, 418 yards, and 0 touchdowns as a rookie. Mingo can GTFO. TMJ 1 touchdown, 64 catches, 767 yards for his career. He can GTFO. As far as I'm concerned, if you can't get Peyton Willis to draft 2 wide receivers back to back and get this trash ass out of here now, simp if you want. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of C3 people that openly support ISM, but you want Mingo gone, okay, whatever. Yeah, you know what? We're not even going to do that. Next one, Papa the Birdman at M. Werlinger 11. Mingo is fucking trash, bro. Bench that clown. CC at CULLOW Kulohi Cap. I have no idea. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Jonathan Mingo is straight trash, dog. Like 2-15 hashtag Tepper. I agree with that. At Sig Speed 17, Mingo is trash. Phoenix 21 at PJ Stroll. Watched every game. Nice try though. Mingo was trash. Hope the new staff can fix it. He needs fixing. Here's another C3 guy. C3 first and goal at first and AN goal _FNG. Mingo is trash. LOL. So I think there's a trend here among the Carolina fan base that thinks that a 400-yard receiver as a rookie with a 2 and something team. That's bad, but not the third-year wide receiver with 182 yards and 33 games played. So he gets 5.5 yards a game. Wow. Whew. Man, why are we not making this guy the highest paid wide receiver? I'm not sure. I'm not really sure why Panthers fans continually want to stand for this guy. Again, great special team. You want to give him his special team credits? That's fine. Give it to him. He deserves that. But to think that he's going to come out here and be wide receiver 3 or beat Adam Thielen or beat Deontay Johnson, XL, or any of those guys is not possible. He's a special teamer. He's going to do well, especially with the adjusted special team rules. But Panthers fans need to get off his dick and just realize he is good at what he does. And what he does is special teams and filling in for the wide receiver role. Filling in. Okay. You can get mad at me all you want. I still think he's a great special teamser. Needs to remain on the team in that position. But again, I think he's going to get a lot of extra opportunities with the new rules. But I want to know your thoughts. I feel like Panthers fans just constantly go after these weird people to just idolize. We want guys that, really believe it, but the fan base just falls in love with dudes that win the underwear Olympics or win the unencumbered practices where they're running around in shorts with no defense. Some of you guys out there might be able to do some of the stuff that ISM can do. But, yeah. I want to know your thoughts. Ooh, I can already feel the hate coming. I can already feel it. But regardless, my name is Nick. This has been Roll Coverage. Hopefully you come back for another episode. Have a great rest of the day. Peace.